Welcome to another episode of Jesus, This is Bloody Freezing. The water's frozen this morning, so I can't fill up the water tank and ran out of drinking water. So I boiled the kettle, had some water, boiled the kettle, and then poured that slowly over the tap, and it didn't work straight away. And I thought, well, I'll leave it because the tap is metal. So it will, the heat will transfer through the pipe. So I left it for an hour and I just tried it again and it worked. I was like, yes! So I've got some water. So that was a problem I didn't foresee. I don't know why I didn't think about that, but there we go. We don't think about these things until they actually happen, do we? But to be honest, I've had enough. I've run out of ink for printing, for work, and I'm on my last log, I'm on my last few coals. I was just like, oh, sod it, I'm going out. So I'm going for a walk, I'm going to go to the shop, I'm going to go to Tesco's for some ink, I'm going to go to the post office and just take a break. At least I managed to get the water just before I left. I checked the tap before I left, so at least that's something. But I seriously fed up this morning. Still haven't fixed the boiler, so I've borrowed a little electric heater and that's sort of helping a little bit, sort of just to take the edge off to get out of bed. Still not managing to have the fire going all night. I had it going and it was like some embers still by the morning, but not warm enough to warm a room. So yeah, the saga continues. But I'll be walking back along the canal. I'm going to do a bit of a circuit, so I'll walk back along the canal and take some winter footage. The water's frozen, it's all very pretty, it's just freezing. Right, see you soon. All frozen, lots of fires on. Wow, you're never going to believe this. The shop did not have the printer ink. They had every type except the one I need. So continues the completely and utterly disappointing day. But I'm just walking along the canal now. I can see all the boats. They've all got their engines on, as you'd expect. It is super slippy underfoot. Doesn't seem to be any salt or anything, but oh well. Got my boots on. We'll just... well, be careful, I guess. But yeah, there's quite the smell of fuel. Up and over. Frozen down there. Okay, homeward stretch. Well, it's another very cold but clear day. Sun is really bright, which is really nice. But I've run out of fuel, so I'm burning some sticks and I've run out of coal, I've run out of logs, and the shop's not open. So yeah, so I'll just have to burn what few sticks I have left, because of course the heating's not working and I'll just freeze to death. Oh, don't you just love Britain? Stupid bloody weather. Oh well, it's grin and bear it, eh? It's really bizarre on the boat in the ice. It's actually a little bit scary. The boat is frozen in and it won't move anymore. Although it's not a huge bad thing, because after it had its replacing done, it feels like it's less stable anyway. So it's actually quite refreshing that you can move around, it doesn't move. But to begin with, it was kind of like creaking, like cracking as you move around. And then it was no noise at all. But then during the night, I think the water tank's been freezing, because there's when the boat was moving from side to side, it was kind of like, you could hear this sloshing sound of sludgy, icy stuff. And then, I don't know if you can hear it, but this morning I think it must be melting, and I'm walking around, the boat is starting to creak. It's really disconcerting. Oh, I don't know if you can hear it. I might go down the other end. Let's go see. It's so cold. Hear that? was really weird, and it was happening at night, and it was seriously freaking me out because I'd hear this kind of like loud bang and the boat would shake. Happened twice, and I thought it might be that the water tanker's like frozen, like the top of it, and the pressure had got too much, and then it suddenly broke the ice and that shuddered the boat. But it was pretty scary. I checked under the deck yesterday. Oh, that noise, I don't like it at all. It's really creepy. I think it might even be bubbles under the boat that can't get out. But the sun's out, so it's going to be glorious. I'm going to shut this because it's cold out there. It'll warm up in there because it gets warm under the canvas. So it did actually get warm up under there yesterday, which was quite nice. But yeah, so it's really weird. And I don't know if any of you have experienced that kind of shudder, whether you've had experiences with your water tank freezing. The water that comes out of the tap is blooming freezing. I wouldn't be surprised if the top was frozen. It's awful, and I'm gonna need water again today, which is great because it means I have to melt the tap again. Joys of boating. These are the sort of things you just don't think about, or I didn't think about when I got a boat. I didn't imagine for one instant that I would need to defrost the tap to get water. It just didn't occur to me, which in hindsight is pretty stupid. But to be honest, while I've lived in a house, like, because the outside tap is the equivalent, and you know, in the winters we had, it might freeze. Yeah, sure, the tap might be frozen for a day, but it's going to thaw, whereas it's been a week now, and it's just been frozen the entire time. Everything's been frozen. But the weather forecast is supposed to be a bit warmer tomorrow, so we're going to go up to a balmy 4 degrees, and then I think by Sunday it's supposed to be like 9. So bring it on. I'll be boiling then, won't I? Because it's 0 degrees at the moment. It was -1 when I got up, and now it's 0. I haven't put the fire on yet. That's just me milling around and put the kettle on. But I will put the fire on now because I'm freezing and I've got to go to work, so I don't want to be standing and trying to work at 0 degrees. Anyway, catch you soon. Stay warm. Talking of cold, the fire is absolutely pathetic. I've managed to get pretty good at doing them recently. Like the last week, I've been 100% successful, but it's been on an hour, and I know you won't be able to tell what temperature that is because all the stuff's worn off, but it's not even 200 degrees yet. It's absolutely rubbish. It's had 3 logs on it, and it's just kind of charring them. They're not really lighting. It's just rubbish. Look at that, pathetic. So, I don't really know what's going on there. I'm hoping it'll warm up soon. I am freezing. It's only 3 degrees, and yeah, like I say, it's been going an hour. I should have done much better than that. So I put the little electric heater on in the kitchen to try and warm things up. But yeah, oh, come on, fire. Let's get cracking. Well, hello friends. Well, you can see I am not on the boat. I've gone to my parents' house for a bath, and oh my god, it was amazing. That is something I miss, living on a boat, and of course with the central heating broke, there's no hot water, so it was great to come off for the night and get a bath. And it's a good 16 degrees here, which is warmer than I can get it on the boat, so it is hot here. I'm in a t-shirt. Now, on the boat, I've only got one tiny bathroom mirror, and in my previous abode, which was a bungalow, there was no mirror at all. So I've got out of the habit of looking in a mirror, and it's only when I come on camera now that I've realised what my hair looks like after a bath. Very quirky. Yeah, okay, and it's dried now in that fashion, so that's just great. It's fine, I'll have a hat on tomorrow. But it is a bit warmer now anyway, so it's gone up a few degrees, and it looks like it's going to be actually reach 10 or 12 degrees tomorrow, which is crazy considering it was -5 a day ago. So yeah, that's British weather for you. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we will see you all back on the boat very soon.